President of the Ghana Institute of Engineering, Leslie Alex Aye, has opposed the government partnership with Egypt Air for a national carrier. Egypt Air is reported to have been chosen as the preferred partner in the establishment of a new home-based carrier for the country. Joy Business gathers that the Aviation Ministry settled on the Cairo-based airline after an extensive scrutiny by the committee put together by the government for search for a strategic partner. Well, speaking to Joy Business, engineer Alex Aye said, and of course, he warned of conflict of interest on the part of Egypt Air and this new agreement.
I would say that if you're going to partnership, you don't go to partnership with your rival. You know, we can't have investors. And I think that the investors, they don't need to go. Well, the government really knows why it's talking to Egypt, etc. But I'd rather that we didn't talk to Egypt Air and have some investors, you know, so we can build it. Because when decisions have to be made in the long run, especially when it comes to the hub, they would want it there in their country. And that way, it could affect your intentions. Yes.
So matters of conflict of interest could
exactly. You know, so we need to be able to look bring in the private sector, and that they will be able to, because then it will be our dream, it will be our vision, and the decisions to do ABC will be based on what we think, and now they would also want to look into their interests. You see, that becomes a bit dicey. So I would prefer that we invited business people rather than a carrier. I think we have to provide an enabling environment for a carrier like Africa World Airlines. I mean, we need to talk to them and see what the vision is. And they need to open up and have many more people invest, because Africa, they're doing very well along the West Coast. I mean, I know some people prefer Africa World to other airlines. I mean, we need to encourage them. And we have the routes, you know, we need to encourage them to build up the routes. They can do the distribution, you know, along the West Coast for other people. I think we need to do that.
So you feel Africa World Airlines could be the best that we could opt for?
Africa World Airlines and any other people who could come up with ideas.
That was the president of the Ghana Institute of Engineering. Let's stay on the matters regarding the national carrier, because an aviation expert who also has been the former chief operations officer for Africa World Airlines, Sean Mendes, says government must tread cautiously in its partnerships with Egypt Air for the national carrier.
There's definitely going to be some level of conflict. Whether that's acceptable to the government of Ghana or not is to be determined. Egypt Air itself is a government-owned airline. So while you may not be having, you may be saying that the government of Ghana will not be interfering in the airline's operations. If Egypt Air is your strategic partner, that means the government of Egypt is going to be calling the shots. Now, is that acceptable to Ghana? I don't know. That's something for the parliamentarians, for the elected representatives, for the ministers, for the president to make that determination. Egypt Air itself is in very dire financial conditions right now. They are in need of a government bailout to continue operating themselves. So even if there were to be a deal, it is not as though Ghana will be going into partnership with with someone who had all the resources. They would be dependent on the government of Egypt's handouts effectively to make this project run. So there are questions to be asked. I don't know the answers to it, but definitely I would be interested to see the answers to those questions before I can either back it or say it's something that probably isn't going to work.
And just as Sean Mendes rightly stated, we shall be seeking to have answers on this particular partnership between government as well as Egypt Air when it comes to the national carrier. We do know the Aviation Ministry has been scrapped. Of course, it's currently under that of the Transport Ministry. We shall be engaging the Minister Designate as soon as he's cleared to get his word on this developing story.